We are live from Spanky's. We got the creepy Bluebell coach.
He's not creepy. He just wants fudge bars for everybody.
I am Jack Easterby, the best executive in NFL history. Go check out my book that I wrote, The TB12 Method, available at your local bookstores. We got a big game this week, Cody.
A huge game. You know what? I knew you were going to be Jack Easterby, but I didn't really realize it was going to be this scary.
I mean, isn't that realistic?
Yeah, no, it brings back a lot of really bad memories.
When a guy can go from doing what he did to basically running a football organization, I don't think it's supposed to look friendly.
No, it's scary. You're right. It's right. It's almost as scary as the Denver Broncos. How's that for a segue?
Which I've been thinking about this game, and I won't bury the lead. We'll talk about it, and obviously Las Vegas knows something. I can't in my right mind pick the Texans to win this game. And maybe this is more about me and what I've thought this year, where I thought they were going to come out strong against the Rams. I thought maybe they're going to come out strong against Seattle. But anytime they've faced a good team this year, they've just completely – they've not only lost, but they've kind of wet the bed in some way, shape, or form. Like even when you look at the Tampa Bay game, the fact that they were scared on the 1 yard line – I can't pick the Texans to beat the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos are good at protecting the quarterback. The Texans' strength is obviously their defense, and they hang their hat on their edge duo, and they're good at pressuring the quarterback, and we're talking about the Texans' offensive line. So, spoiler alert, I could sit here and we could stretch this out, but I'm having a hard time picking the Texans against the Broncos, which might be good news because the previous two times when I thought they would come out strong, they did not.
No, I mean, I certainly understand any reservation somebody has with the Texans in this spot because it's a spot they were in very similar a couple of weeks ago. And it was even a better spot a couple of weeks ago because they were coming off a bye and it should have been a better spot. And they just were awful in Seattle. They didn't play very well. And they had a really bad performance, so I certainly understand not buying in on this one and what I consider to be a much better football team than the Seattle Seahawks with what Denver's doing and how hot their offense is coming in on this one. 5 quarters of just incredible football from Bo Nix and Sean Payton and company. Now, there's going to be a little difference here for Denver based off of no Pat Surtain, and they're missing Marvin Mims in this one more than likely. So there's going to be a little difference for them, but what they do best is attacking what the Texans do worse, which is protect the quarterback. Like, I know the stats say this and that about where the Texans are from a protection standpoint, but in games they lose, they don't protect the quarterback. In games they win, they protect the quarterback, and it's hard to protect the quarterback against Denver.
But I think there's even more to that. Like, in games they win, they've beat teams that have no chance to pressure the quarterback. Like, Baltimore's missing all their guys, San Francisco's missing all their guys, and the Titans suck. And even in that Titans game, Jeffrey Simmons had one of the most disturbing sacks that we've ever seen. So, like, I get that. Yeah, you can say, well, yeah, they don't protect the quarterback when they win or lose, and that's the key. Well, it's against bad teams,
right?
So that's the thing. Like, I don't know that they really have a choice to protect the quarterback. And the thing that's the most troubling thing for me is I don't know that they can adjust to not having the ability to do such a thing. And that goes back to the Kaylee trust issues.
So you think once they, like, it's the chain reaction thing that we've seen in the losses where if something goes wrong, they can't protect CJ, all of a sudden everything falls apart.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fair. All right, show's over, everybody. Landry's got to lay it all out here.
No, I mean, it's a 1.5 point line. I thought they were going to beat the Seahawks. Just
from a Vegas standpoint, I can't figure this one out because Pat Surtain's not worth 3 points. It moves 3 points. Pat Surtain's not – I know he's good. I know he's the reigning defensive player of the year. He's not worth 3 points in Vegas. So I can't figure this out. So they know something we don't know. They know something we don't know about this or that we haven't discovered or thought about or talked about yet. So I can't figure it out just quite yet because Surtain not playing, that's not 3 points worth of a move there, especially through 0.
Well, I think it can be kind of similar to the Texans in that at the start of the season, what was the talk about Denver? Boy, Bo Nix sucks. Like, you want to talk about sophomore slump. Bo Nix is terrible.
Yep.
And now the last 5 quarters, he's been really, really good. Well, it's been the Giants defense and it's also been the Cowboys defense, two of the worst defenses in the league.
Sure.
So I think the other question is, does Bo Nix suck? Because I think I heard them talking about this on Check the Mic, and they're like, Bo Nix has become the guy where nobody has a middle ground opinion about him. You either think he's good, or you think he's just completely awful.
I think he's just okay.
Well, there you go. You're in the minority there. But you do wonder, like, is Bo Nix just really bad, and is that the hope? Because he hasn't done what he's done the last 5 quarters against a defense like the Texans. So that's really the question.
Right.
I will say this, though, like, it's not as simple as, is CJ Stroud better than Bo Nix? Because Bo Nix has the NFL's 3rd leading rusher.
Mm-hmm.
He has the best protection in the NFL. He has Sean Payton looking out for him.
Yep.
And CJ Stroud has what they have at running back, what they have at offensive line, and what Nick Caley is. So it's not even really as simple. Like, I think if you ask Sean Payton, hey, do you want CJ Stroud? He would say yes.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he would gladly say that. But it's not even as simple as your quarterback can go out there and beat him, because there's so many things around him that have to be right that you have kind of skepticism about right now.
I also don't foresee the ability for Bo Nix to go like supernova against this defense, though. Like, he's not going to go out there and go win the Broncos this football game.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
I mean, I don't think he's going to go crazy.
No.
But he did say, I mean, him and Sean Payton did say they don't do much, but they do it well. And I just wonder, like, is the recipe to beating Bo Nix, is it about confusing him or not? Because they said it nonchalantly. They weren't talking crap.
Right.
They just said they don't do much, but they do it well.
Okay. I mean, isn't that the goal, though, of the defense? You don't have to do a lot.
I feel like Seattle did a lot. Like, there's like the Texans are like in the bottom of the league in stunts. Like, they just depend on Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter to beat the other opposing tackle's butt and go do it. And we've only seen Danielle and Will get sacks in the same game 7 times. They're 5-2 when that happens. The loss was to Green Bay. That was Bobby Slowick's fault.
Yes.
And Tampa Bay, that was Henry To'oTo'o's fault.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 losses that they've had. They've only done it once this year. Like, only once this year have we seen Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson get a sack in the same game.
Yeah, Danielle's been a pretty big disappointment so far this year.
So that's really what, like, do they have the recipe against Bo Nix is the question. And the other thing is the run game even going to be a possibility for them? Because the way in which Kyle Shanahan was so scared to run the ball the other day, and maybe having the ball for 19 minutes kind of factored in.
Sure.
It just makes you wonder, like, are they going to be able to keep J.K. Dobbins in check? I would lean yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've had a really good rushing attack. J.K. Dobbins comes into this one as the 3rd rusher this week when the week started, 3rd leading rusher in the NFL. Gee, was he a free agent at the same time as Nick Chubb? I'm just wondering.
Where's he from? Where's he from, though?
I'm just wondering if
where's he from, though?
Is he from right up the road?
Yes.
Is he from Cyprus? Yeah. Yeah, was he? I'm trying to remember. Was he a free agent at the same time as Nick Chubb? I think he was. But the thing about the Texans defense is, I don't know that you need to be some sort of offensive mastermind to beat them. You just have to hope that they're off their game that day or they're making mistakes, and then it just you just take advantage of it. But even when Seattle had that hot start, it's not like they like blew the Texans out and put a whole bunch of points on the board. You know, it's not like when you do have a little bit of success, teams have not sustained success against the Texans defense. Bo Nix and J.K. Dobbins.
So you're just saying they're close. That's you're pulling a D'Amico on me.
No, that's what you do. You transform into D'Amico at Spanky's, not me.
You're saying they're close.
Close in what? I'm not saying they're close at all.
You're just saying the games are close.
No, I'm not. No, I'm talking specifically about the defense versus opposing offenses. Nobody has really consistently scored a bunch of points on them. Seattle had the hot start. They scored a bunch early, and then they were trickling points in the rest of the game.
Why don't I feel like Nico Collins is going to go off? Like, that's the weird feeling that I have. It's just weird because I was talking to the guys who were here early, and I was like, all right, like the previous 2 years, even with Bobby Slowick, like if you told me that Patrick Surtain or the other team's opposing corner was missing the game, I would say Nico's going to go off. Like that would be my thought. It's not even crossing my mind. It's not even crossing my mind. And in fact, I'm more concerned about the other guys staying involved. And if you look at what's gone on with Nico Collins this year, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. Now, I don't think it's all his fault. There's 3 of the 6 games where he's had less than 6 targets, which is un-effing forgivable. I'm not going to cuss at a family restaurant. That's un-effing forgivable. 6 targets in 3 games for Nico Collins, 6 or less.
One of them's Baltimore. He didn't play basically the entire second half.
Okay. I don't care.
Okay.
Early and often.
Fair.
Like early and often, especially when you have a bad offensive line, throw it quickly to Nico Collins and see what happens. That's the best counter for a bad offensive line is you throw the ball quick. It's kind of crazy that this is happening. And the thought, as someone who's there every day, watches every play, thinks Nico Collins is a hell of a football player, it doesn't even cross my mind that Nico Collins could possibly go off when the defensive player of the year and their best corner is out, who is so good that he flips the line 3 points. And then I open up my sleeper app and I see what the yardage is. And I'm like, well, maybe they think he's going to cook 65 yards.
Sounds about right.
I mean, what is going on here?
I mean, that's when the Texans have looked good on offense, they've spread the ball around.
Stop spreading the ball around.
Okay.
Like, you can keep it spreading, but Nico Collins needs to be the focal point. And in fairness, in that Seattle game, Nico had the biggest drop. The best play that C.J. Stroud made, Nico dropped, and he did fumble away the game in Jacksonville. But I just think it's like, of all the things that we talk about, and I think this is what matters the most. Like, we know the offensive line stinks. We know that they have no depth at running back. We know CJ's running for his life, and there's a lot of questions. We know they have no depth at tight end. But I can't even trust Nico Collins.
Now, hold on.
That's crazy.
You don't trust Nico Collins, or you don't trust them to get the ball to Nico Collins?
I don't trust Nico Collins to produce. So it's not necessarily all his fault. It's just it's a weird thought. Like, this isn't like something that I was trying to think about. I was just like, once they said Nico was back, I just started thinking, like, why do I not think he's going to go off? He could very well go off.
I think he's going to go off.
Well, awesome. Then there you go. Take the over 65. And I hope you're right.
Yeah, over 65, sure.
I hope you're right. Because I feel like there's 2 vibes with it. And you tell me, because me and Cody like to have fun late night. So I think we both watched all the Denver Broncos press conference last night. But it does feel like there's like 2 vibes at NRG in Denver. The Texans vibe is, it kind of feels like they still think it's early in the season. Doesn't it? Doesn't it kind of feel like it kind of feels like they still think there's plenty of time to right the ship, and it's still kind of early in the season. And if you win this game, then you're going to look pretty right in that category.
Ship's right. Full sails. Let's go.
Dude, you're at 500. You got the 2 winnable games. So there's that. Sean Payton seems to think you have a pretty good idea of what everybody is right now.
Well, I like the way Sean Payton said it, because they were talking about stats and what the stats said about this team or that team. And he said, look, we're 8 games into the season. This is not one of those like small sample size things. What you are is what you are as a football team. And I understand that, and I totally agree with that. I also think part of the mentality and the mood of the Texans is almost like they don't want to forget that the first 3 games happened, but they almost want to just say, okay, that wasn't us. That's not who we are. And that's not who we're going to be on a consistent basis. And we're going to be something
Denver
different.
wants to be what they are. The Texans don't.
Well, obviously. Denver's on a 4-game win streak. They're feeling it right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, of course they feel good in Denver. They won 4 straight games.
That makes sense.
And they're probably sitting there saying to themselves, we really should only have 1 loss because the referees screwed us and gave the Colts a victory. So Denver, of course, feels good about their situation. Like, they could play the close game and you're actually like, okay, I understand it. The Texans play the close game and you're like, please don't say that. I hate hearing that.
SNL live from Spanky, Sharpstown. I ate a lot. What did you eat?
I had a half and half barbecue chicken and hot honey pizza.
A lot of people don't know you can go half and half with different sauces.
Half and half.
That's kind of a game changer.
Yep. What'd you eat?
I ate a extra cheese, sausage, and mushroom pizza.
There you go. Pretty good. We shared some wings and some chips and salsa and queso. It was fantastic.
Yes, we did.
They do a great job out here at Spanky's.
Yes, they do. Chris Sloan on the chat says, I know you beat the Ravens, but will they be a problem for you in the coming future getting into the playoffs? Happy Halloween, #Go Colts. I love that the Colts, Chris is just like scouting out. Shout out to Chris.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite Colts fan.
Yeah, he is my favorite Colts fan. And I think that Baltimore has a very good chance to be 500 in 3 weeks, which is crazy with the way that their schedule is laid out.
Well, we talked about it leading into Baltimore. It doesn't matter who's playing for the Ravens. Get that win, because when they do get right, they're going to be back in the equation. They're going to be a wild card team, and you're going to desperately need that tiebreaker against them. And you've got it. You got the head-to-head tiebreaker. But yeah, Baltimore seems like
nobody wants to see them in the first round of the playoffs.
No, it seems like they're not going anywhere. It seems like they're going to get back into the hunt, back into the picture pretty darn quick.
And then Mark Andrews is now like the go-to guy in the red zone.
Yeah, three tight end touchdowns.
Yeah,
they have 3 tight ends they like over there in Baltimore.
They're a problem.
I wonder what that's like.
They're a problem. Trill Kick X says, "Who put that Trojan on your head, Landry?" That's pretty mean. that's pretty hurtful. Emerson Malcolm says, "I think I'm going to bet on Blake Fisher catching a pass, maybe a TD." Is that a nobody's talking about? I feel like it's being brought up.
I feel like we've talked about it all week.
I don't know if he's going to be on the odds board, but I bet it's pretty high. But I also kind of have a confession on that. And
well, you bailed on him yesterday.
What do you mean?
You were like, I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I just feel like I feel like it's becoming a mockery. Like, let's just be serious. Like, this offense is terrible. Blake Fisher was the worst offensive lineman in camp. And now we're sitting here acting like he's the secret weapon. Like, I almost feel like I'm getting so delusional with the offense that I anticipate the worst, to where I'm just like, oh yeah, Blake Fisher. Like, I feel kind of weird. And then I hear Sean Payton, they sign a 41-year-old that was drafted the same year as D'Amico, and give the quote. They asked Sean Payton why he signed a 40-year-old tight end, and he said this, and it was just a gold dust style kick to the junk.
So that was one of those like, oh, okay. So he's talking about Mercedes Lewis, how good of a blocker he is. And Sean Payton goes, yeah, we had to get him. You know, we got some injuries at tight end, and you don't want to get stuck in the jumbo package. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Offensive mastermind Sean Payton doesn't want to get stuck in the jumbo package. And the Texans are out here, and jumbo's their second most run setup in the game against the 49ers. So that was not fun to hear. But maybe they don't have a Blake Fisher over there. Okay, maybe they don't have a sixth lineman they feel good about. So I'm trying to reason it out.
I mean, like, what are we doing with our lives? Like, to where we're like, we're Blake Fisher, like, that's where we're at. He's the secret weapon. Like, what? They need to win so I can just quit being so inside my head on this, on the way that this is going. By the way, say trick or treat. I got a surprise for you. See, this is a Jack Easterby sticker right here. It all matters.
Trick or treat.
Here you go. Here you go, kid. Creepy coach.
I got a Blake Fisher reporting eligible sticker.
There you go.
This is
See?
great.
So I am playing with
this. This is quite the trick. This is not much of a treat.
Yeah, there you go. Your guy.
The trick. There you go.
HDAV Traveler says, afternoon, Landry, Cody, and friends. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great time at Spanky's. I'm there with you all in spirit.
Is everybody having a great time at Spanky's? We've had larger cheers than that, but that's okay.
Now he's judging cheers.
You'll get another chance later. Don't worry.
UG says, if the Texans win the next 2 games, should they look to trade for Njoku? Njoku is a very popular name.
Mm-hmm.
And if they lose one of the 2, should they not trade for anybody?
Well, the trade deadline's this week, so they won't get a chance to play the 2 games. So you're really kind of making that decision off of this one. They could use another starting caliber tight end. Dalton Schultz, with what he's dealing with.
He's hurt, man.
By the way, we got an injury.
He was back at practice today.
We got the full injury report. We'll talk about it here in just a second. He's going to be dealing with whatever he's dealing with for the whole year, with the only chance to really get right being the mini bye after Buffalo. So he's going to be a question mark every week, you would think, with what he's asked to do and what he's dealing with. Stover's return, who knows? Harrison Bryant, unplayable. Jakob Johnson, not actually a tight end. Dalton Keene, practice squad, not actually a tight end. Luke Lachey, rookie, not ready. You don't have very many options. So if you could add another starting caliber tight end and someone like Njoku, mean, it makes a lot of sense. He's a free agent at the end of the year. Cleveland's got his replacement already on the roster. They drafted the kid from Bowling Green, Harold Finn, and I'd try to go get him and slide him right in this offense, and all of a sudden you got 2 tight ends that you kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of a chess move where maybe he's a long-term piece. I don't know. Do you think they like Njoku, though, would be the question? Because I think there's probably a strong opinion on whether they do or don't like him.
Does he get too much,
I don't know.
Juice, too much energy?
I don't know.
I mean, the guy
Is he an energetic guy?
He fell into a fire pit and played the following Sunday. I got to imagine that's kind of feels very, very it feels like that's something D'Amico would do.
I'm sold. I don't think D'Amico would fall in a fire pit.
Well, it's sometimes you end up in weird situations.
Yeah, I don't think D'Amico would fall in a fire pit. I don't think.
Yeah, but if he did, he'd try to play on Sunday.
I don't think D'Amico gets in weird situations.
Well, maybe Njoku just, for whatever reason, he maybe tripped. I don't know.
Zach says if Nico has over 70 yards, will you chug some ACV? Sure. If he has 70 yards and they win, if he has 70 and they win, I'll chug 5 ounces Reaction Monday.
Okay.
5 ounces.
You heard it here first.
Has to be over 70 and a dub.
Over 70 and a win.
Over 70 and a dub.
I might go find that in Vegas. That's got pretty good odds on that.
Yeah, over 70 and a dub. Yeah, that's probably
like 2-1, something like that.
No, I mean, yeah, with the money line, yeah. Will CJ Stroud stay a short throw king? That was your question, Cody, before the show.
Well, let's get to the injury report real quick.
Okay.
Because people have been wanting to know. No injury designation for Woody Marks.
Okay.
Good to go.
So what did he get, bit by an ant on his knee yesterday? What was the point of that?
Now, hold on. You got to be a little nervous when he shows up limited at the end of Thursday practice.
No, of course. And they're mentioning calf or whatever they mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's fine.
And now he's full go, no injury designation.
Okay. He got bit by an ant yesterday during practice. Okay. It's good to see. It's good to see he's okay.
I can't believe you're not more excited about this.
I'm pumped.
I can't believe you're not more excited.
Pumped. You imagine this team without Woody Marks?
I would think that most people would pick them to lose.
I'm happy with Woody Marks out there.
Dalton Schultz, a full participant, gets a questionable designation for the weekend. Jakob Johnson, Dylan Horton, and Danico Autry all questionable as well.
Jakob Johnson. I feel like Jakob Johnson, just based on practice observations, because I watched a little more closely than I probably should. I feel like everybody else there has a life, but I'm watching real closely. I feel like he might be connected to Dalton Schultz because he's working with the tight ends, and I think British Brooks is your fullback now. So I don't think there's any chance that Jakob Johnson. I think if British Brooks gets hurt, I don't think they use a fullback.
British Brooks gets hurt. You don't think these are football? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think that
they have to make a roster move to put Jakob on the roster.
Yeah,
too.
But I don't think a fullback exists if British Brooks gets hurt. So I think if Dalton Schultz can't go, then they put Jakob out there to play tight end, and then maybe a little bit of motion and stuff, but limited snaps. But that's what I'm observing is Jakob Johnson is basically tight end.
Well, they'll have to telegraph it a little bit. Because they'll have to make the roster move for Jakob on Saturday before.
But they'll know about Schultz.
But they know today if Schultz is playing.
He's playing or not. Spoiler alert: he's playing.
Yeah. He did his typical.
Yeah, he's going to go out there and play, and we'll see what happens. He's probably going to limp throughout the game because that's what's happened the last 3 weeks because he's really banged up.
He looked pretty healthy running away from the locker room when the media was in there today. He looked like Tyler Warren galloping down the field when he grabbed that backpack and got out of here.
I'll tell you what, if D'Amico Ryans could just have one of the tackles dress up as a Aaron Wilson or something, Dalton Schultz would run a 3.9. just have
get away from him.
Just have whoever saying, "Hey, bro," and then Dalton Schultz is running a 3.9. I've never seen anyone run like that. He runs like Vernon Davis did at the combine. I think Vernon Davis ran a 4.3.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz runs a 3.9 when he sees Aaron Wilson. Yeah. He is fast when he sees him.
And then a couple on the Denver side, we knew Pat Surtain.
How's Derek Barnett not on the injury report?
Derek Barnett?
Yeah, how's he not on the injury report?
What, for being old?
Man, he moves like a 60-year-old going out to the corner checking the paper like back in the day.
Yeah, and then
he's just limping out there.
And then you know what he does on Sunday?
Get sacks.
Old man strength.
He's just the man, dude.
Old man strength.
Yeah, just straight alpha.
Denver missing Marvin Mims and Denver missing Pat Surtain.
So Mims is out.
Here's a fun fact about Denver's situation this year. No one else has caught a punt for them. Marvin
Besides
Mims has been their only punt returner this year. So they have a brand new punt returner in Denver.
I liked Mims coming out of OU.
He's very good.
Good player.
He's very good. And he's their number 3 leading receiver, I think.
Yes, he is.
So they're down their number 3 receiver and their lead punt returner.
You know who you need to look out for this week? Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Evan Ingram.
He's had a couple of nice games in a row. I think 4 catches at least in the last 3 games.
You know my favorite stat? Top 5 in catches 2 years ago, Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Right behind CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was 4th in the league in catches. Crazy.
Hadn't quite replicated that since.
He hasn't, but it's still he can still say that. He can take that to the grave.
Yeah.
That was my favorite quote. Did you see this is random, the Browns-Steelers game?
Okay.
So Jalen Ramsey, they used the cornerback blitz, and he got 2 sacks.
Okay. And
he said, I get to tell my kids now that I played in a game with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett and had more sacks than both of them.
Pretty good.
Pretty tight.
Very good. Yeah. Amongst all the other many things that Jalen Ramsey's accomplished.
He's still a dog, too.
Yeah, he's still very good.
All right, so you asked the question. We'll go back to it. Will C.J. Stroud stay a short throw king?
They got to get rid of the ball fast, and that does not lend itself to long developing big plays. Now, maybe there's some catch and run opportunities for a Nico Collins. Maybe they'll give Jalen Noel that opportunity, but
Jalen Noel seems like a deep threat now. Like it doesn't seem like they use him in the short game.
Their use of Jalen Noel is inexplicable to me. It is just wholly and totally inexplicable. And it's funny watching all the fantasy nerds lose their minds about it because he'll make these big plays. They're like, why is he not on the field? And I'm like, I wish I had an answer for you. I don't know. I can't figure out why they don't put him on the field more. But Stroud has to get rid of the ball. He was excellent getting rid of the ball, trusting what was there, taking what the defense gives him. I know we hear that cliche, but CJ didn't actually do it last year. He didn't do it well in the losses. He wasn't taking what the defense was giving him. He wasn't getting rid of the ball on time, in rhythm. He did against San Fran. It's easy to do against San Fran. They can't pressure the quarterback right now. So I certainly understand that aspect of it, but he's got to get rid of the ball quickly. And I learned this little nugget, little fact here about the Broncos. Their linebacker, Singleton, one of the worst coverage linebackers in the entirety of football. He's allowed over 350 passing yards this year. So if you see Singleton,
that's what he marks.
You see Singleton on one of those running backs. You see Singleton on Schultz. You see Singleton on.
Wait, what? You see him on one of those what?
Running backs?
How about just if you see him on Woody Marks?
Sure.
Come on.
Sure.
Nick Chubb and Dari about to break him off in the pass.
I think Dari could get this guy. I think he's that bad in coverage. He's allowing a 148 passer rating, Landry.
I'll knock on wood before I ask this, but seriously, what does the running back rotation look like if there's no Marks?
I don't deal in hypotheticals.
No, I'm serious.
I don't deal in hypotheticals.
Does Dari get like 50% of the pie? Or do they give Dameon Pierce? Like I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
They just run Nick Chubb into the ground and play Dari on third downs.
So they just give Nick Chubb 25 carries.
Yeah, and play Dari on third downs.
And Dari gets like 25% of the snaps.
Sure.
Golly. Living dangerously.
Yeah.
At the RB position.
That's another position. I'd love to see him make a trade for somebody.
Brees Hall. What was that tweet for Brees Hall? He put like
He's tweeting again?
He put out like an anxious tweet 2 days ago. And I was wondering, like, is it an extension? Is it? I don't know.
That would be very Jets of them to extend him in the bye week.
Yeah. Ask Matt Rule. It works.
Yes. That's a good point.
Can the Texans run enough to keep the Broncos honest?
In addition to being a very good pass rush team, they do a pretty decent job of stopping the run in Denver. You've got to be able to run the football a little bit. I'm not saying Nick Chubb's going to have some generational throwback game or Woody's going to just – but you can't just be throw against the Broncos. They're going to just eat CJ alive if you're doing that. You got to keep them honest with a draw play, a little Woody Marks toss or something.
I'm worried that they looked at that San Francisco game as a blueprint.
You mean the Texans looked at it as a blueprint?
Yeah.
Like we can do the same thing to them that we did to San Francisco?
If we can hold the ball for 40 minutes every game, we just got to run the ball with Chubb. Because Nick Chubb, in all seriousness, like the Chubb stuffs that we've gotten used to, they were going for 4 yards. Like when it looked like Chubb was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, they were going for 4 yards. Like he was falling forward.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that they don't look at that and say, we like running the ball as our recipe for success. I don't feel like they've actually like grasped their recipe for success. Like there's something there with these receivers. Like as much as we talk about the tight ends and the running backs, there's something you can do with these receivers to do what you want to do, whether it's an extension of the run game with the slot guys or just spreading it out. I feel like that's the key to this offense is the receivers. And it would make sense because you pay Nico Collins a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You traded for Christian Kirk and you pay him a lot.
Yep.
You used a 2nd-round pick on Higgins. You used a 3rd-round pick on Knoll. So it would make sense for that to be what kind of would get the offense going. I
think half the blueprint from last week is how they need to operate. I think the way that they operated through the air is the way they need to operate. And I feel like that is something that you can carry game to game. Getting rid of the football quick, win quick, get the ball out of CJ's hands, don't let anybody get to him. But I agree with you. They can't run the ball like they did last week against San Francisco, against this Denver team, and expect to have that same level of success. That'd be a foolish approach. But the amount of times Nick Caley's had a good showing against a good defense up to this point, 0. So he's going to have to break trend, break mold here.
And he's keeping that damn hat too. It's just
the hat looks really nasty now too. Like it doesn't even look like
it's almost a bit now.
It kind of looks funny at first, where it's like, look, he works pretty hard. Now it's just like, oh, you're kind of gross.
Yeah. Will Roy boy, it's rich coming from you, coach. He says Broncos and Texans are two very similar teams, two young, talented QBs with up and down offs and two stellar defenses. Houston is just unlucky in close games. Yeah, I would.
They've made some pretty bad
similar
luck.
but different. They're similar but different.
They've made some pretty bad luck to be unlucky. Like you make your own luck. They've made some bad luck here in these games that they've lost. So it's not just like, oh, the ball bounced the wrong way or something. It hadn't quite been that.
Yeah, it's similar like that they both have good defenses, but the Broncos are really strong in the trenches and the Texans are not, like on both ends. They're on one end they're okay, but not on both ends. Not
correct.
The offense.
Yeah.
Although
the Broncos are near the top in both sides of the line of scrimmage, the Texans are near the top in only one side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. It's not.
But they're much better than last year.
Yeah. And which brings me to this. Speaking of that, say what you just said again.
They're much better than last year of the offensive line.
Which brings us to this question. Why is Cody ducking Pop?
I am not ducking
Why
Cole
is Cody ducking Cole Popovich?
I am not ducking Cole Popovich.
Serious question here. What's going on with you, Cody?
I asked last week, I asked Texans PR. I said, what is the process for talking to an assistant coach? They said, oh, you just send us an email. You request the assistant coach. We'll work with getting you that assistant coach. I said, great. I might want to talk to Cole Popovich next week.
Okay, and then what happened?
I didn't talk to him this week.
Why?
Because I might want to talk to him next week.
They didn't allow a sack. You don't want to talk to him after he doesn't allow a sack?
I want to talk to him after Denver. Because I want to give him the opportunity. If they go out there and block the Broncos, I want him to give him the opportunity to march down the hallway with his chest puffed out and his offensive line coming off a good performance. And if they stink, I want him to explain why they stunk.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's actually fair. I think it's actually fair because you don't want it like a victory lap after San Francisco and then
victory lap after the team that has the second lowest pressure rate in the entire NFL. That doesn't do anybody any favors. Could I have gotten a good preview for Denver talking to him? Sure. He would have just told me all the same stuff D'Amico Ryan said about the Denver defensive line. Jake Andrews told us today about the defensive line. Hey, they're awesome. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got that. They're 10 sacks ahead of everybody else. They're the only team with a double-digit sack percentage in the NFL. They're the only team above 40% quarterback pressures. I knew they're awesome. I want you to tell me why they're awesome.
So do you have any complaints about Popovich? Like from a coaching standpoint, I mean, he didn't put this thing together completely.
I don't understand the left guard rotation. That's never going to make sense to me.
Laken Tomlinson is hanging by a thread right now, by the way.
Okay.
How do you need rest when you play 54% of the snaps?
Well, because he's played 7 million snaps in a row up to the season.
But come on.
He's
hanging by a thread.
When he's
hanging by a thread.
Hopefully,
man.
Cole Popovich will allow more than the previous people we've asked about it, because D'Amico didn't have much to say about it, and the offensive coordinator didn't have much to say about it. Neither of the linemen had much to say about it. So maybe Popovich has the answer when we finally talk to him about what the heck they're doing at left guard.
All right, let's get to the receivers. You asked this. What is Jalen Knowles' stat line?
Give me. I want from you.
Don't make me do this.
I want you to do it.
Make me do this.
I want from you. I want his offensive snap percentage.
Oh, God.
I want his targets, catches, yards, and does he score a touchdown?
Snap percentage?
Snap percentage. Start there.
36%.
Oh, no.
What's funny about that?
36.
What was it last game?
Wasn't it like 48 last game?
No. It's 34. Like he was in the 30s.
My gosh.
Yeah, 36 is actually optimistic.
All right. What's next? You ruined my Friday.
I'll say 58 yards, 2 catches, 3 targets.
3 targets, 2 catches, 58 yards.
Yeah.
No touchdown.
No.
Damn. 36%.
I'm not saying that's what I would do, but that's what I think.
Guess Christian Kirk's going to have a hell of a game then.
I mean, do you think Jalen Knowles' snap count goes significantly up with Christian Kirk back? No.
Well, hold on.
Let me answer for you.
Hold
No.
on. I got it. I've seen it. I've seen the vision here.
No, you have not.
I've seen the vision.
You're making up a vision right now that you haven't seen.
I've seen the vision.
No,
I just saw it.
Seen anything.
I just saw it. This is how his snap count goes up.
Nothing's been seen.
I've just seen it.
Nothing's been seen.
I've seen it. I stared
This is a lie.
I stared into the fudge pop.
This is so fake.
I stared into the fudge pop I found.
You did not see anything. He is not. This is pure improv here.
Barrios inactive.
Nope.
Yeah, he's going to be inactive.
Nope. How much you want to bet?
Barrios inactive.
How much you want to bet?
Whoa, no, we're not doing 6 ounces. No, thank you.
How much you want to bet? Barrios is not going to be inactive.
I'll do okay. How about
And I wouldn't be surprised if he returns punts again.
Okay. Barrios will not be active. I'll bet you 3 ounces of olive juice versus 3 ounce apple cider vinegar
I
for
can't
me.
do that, brother. I can't even look at 3 ounces.
I thought you were
olive
Jack
juice.
Easterby, not a chicken.
All right.
Oh, got him. All right, Barrios inactive.
God.
And then
Disgusting.
Then this is how we get Jalen Knowles' snap percentage up.
Yuck.
Here. Okay. Barrios will be inactive. And then soft tissue Christian Kirk strikes, and they have to play Jalen Knowles.
Okay.
And then they have to play
Okay, so
Jalen
now you're
Knowles.
predicting injuries.
Well, that's how they're going to get the snap
You're a
counts up.
sicko, man.
That's how they're going to get the snap counts up for old Jalen Knowles. 39% last game. By the way.
So 36. So I say it goes slightly down with Christian Kirk to 36.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Until Kirk, maybe has a soft tissue issue. And then, boom, you got to put Jalen Knowles on the field a bunch.
I asked this question, and we kind of touched on it earlier. Do you think Nico is regressing in Kaylee's offense? Yay or nay?
I mean, how do I not say yes?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the past
That's a big problem.
The past 2 seasons,
That's a big problem.
I mean, he has been Mr. Reliable, even wins,
except
losses.
when he's not, except when he's hurt. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I mean that's when you have Nico Collins, you obviously know he's going to miss a handful of games.
Yeah.
But when playing,
yeah,
he's been Mr. Reliable for 2 straight seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
outside of injury, he's usually gotten his. And then this season, he had 100 yards in the Jaguars game. He had a touchdown against Baltimore, and that's been about it.
Yeah, and he also fumbled in the Jags game.
Well, yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah. So I would say the answer to that is yes. I think it's something. I think it's something to look at.
I defend the Nico fumble because he thought there was nobody else that was going to do anything on offense, and I tend to agree with him.
Well, all he had to do was fall down. But anyway,
trying to put the team on his back.
We don't need to go back there. Will Dalton Schultz give you enough?
This is a question for you. I know my answer. This is my question for you.
I think he's hurt, man. Like I respect his heart. It's kind of weird. Like Dalton Schultz, even when he was playing good 2 years ago and last year, he's like the worst body language guy of all time. Like I feel like it's people kind of get frustrated with it. But this year it's kind of been the opposite. Like Dalton Schultz is kind of the dog of the squad. Like in Seattle, he was the only one out there that really just kind of you felt like was ready to go. I think he's hurt, man. Like I think right now you're in for a situation where you've put yourself in position to where I don't know that you can afford for him to rest. Like, and it's not all their fault because there's 2 tight ends that got hurt, but he has to play. I don't think we see Dalton Schultz practice another Wednesday this year. I think Wednesday is going to be off, maybe even Thursday. And I think when you're talking about a shoulder and a knee, I think he maybe makes some plays and then he gets banged up and he's on and off the field throughout. He's hurt. Like he's very, very hurt.
I do wonder to what extent.
Like if they had 1 or 2 losses, he's not playing this week.
Oh, they'd be saving him, you think?
They would rest him. They can't afford it.
Well, yeah.
They can't afford to rest Dalton Schultz.
You can't put Harrison Bryant out there.
But you hate Harrison Bryant so much.
Next time he does something, let me know.
That was a heck of a one-handed effort that he had the other day.
Am I supposed to be able to look in the box score and see a tried hard?
No, you're supposed to look.
I didn't catch you for a participation.
You're supposed to look beyond the box score.
Oh yeah,
that's what you're here for.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The box score, the snap counts, the advanced stats, the unadvanced stats, the dumb stats, they all tell me Harrison Bryant not very good. Okay, and if he was, you'd give Dalton Schultz the week off, but you have to play Dalton Schultz. But I do wonder.
I feel like Harrison Bryant's kind of feeling himself right now, though. What are his odds for a touchdown? What are his odds for a touchdown?
I mean,
I'm gonna look this up.
You might as well donate that money to charity.
Keep breaking it down.
At least it'll go to something good. Your bookie don't need that $5.
No, keep going. I want to see if he's even on the odds.
I do wonder.
That's sad if he's not, by the way.
I do wonder how much Schultz's injury affects what he can do and what he has to do for this offense, which he's that safety valve guy for CJ Stroud. He's had some nice blocking moments over the course of this season. He's opened up some things on the edge in the run game for them a couple of different times. So I do wonder if some of that drops off a little bit because he does have 2 separate injuries that he's listed with on the injury report. And does that affect things? Is Harrison Bryant not even listed?
Dude, how is he only 4.5 to 1?
That's what Vegas knows. Maybe they know it's the Harrison Bryant game.
Harrison Bryant. This might be the Harrison Bryant game. He's 4.5 to 1.
4.5 to 1 to score a touchdown?
4.5 to 1, Harrison Bryant.
Wow. I might have to. I mean, if they think it's that sure,
36 to 1 for 2. If you want to go, I thought that would be 1. I thought I would get 36 for 1.
Yeah, right. That's
4.5 to 1. This might be the Harrison Bryant game.
It may have to if Dalton is compromised.
CJ did trust him enough to take that deep shot, though. I do think that matters.
He probably saw, like, the numbers look weird on those jerseys.
Oh, are you hitting the race card? You think he thought it was Dalton?
No.
You think that was the other tall white guy?
No. Dalton's 86. Bryant is 88. The numbers on the H-Town jerseys.
He's never thrown the deep ball since the playoff game against the Browns. He ain't throwing a deep ball to Dalton Schultz.
They look funky. He was like, "There's Dalton," and he's like, "No, it's Harrison," but he's already let go of the football, and he knew Bryant wasn't catching it.
This might be the Harrison Bryant game. I think I've talked myself into this.
Hey,
I'm a believer.
Listen to Coach. This ain't the Harrison Bryant game. I got the headset. I got the fudge pop.
You know what I realized, though? They did have they basically were running the jumbo set last year. They were just doing it with Dalton Schultz. Like Blake Fisher's basically Dalton Schultz now.
So that's the other thing is, again, I don't think they would run this jumbo set if they had Stover to go out there and put him out there to block a little bit more. And I don't think they want to put Bryant out there as much as they would put Fisher out there. And heck, there were a couple times where they had Fisher out there and they had Bryant out there and they both blocked and there was only 3 pass catchers out there and it somehow worked. I don't know that's happening against Denver, but it worked against San Francisco. But I do wonder if we'd see a lot less Blake Fisher if we had a lot more Cade Stover to go to. Because that's basically what he is. As much as we want to call him extra offensive lineman, he's just a blocking tight end.
Don Hendrickson says the fact we're talking about Schultz like this shows just how bad things are.
It's the tight end room is thin. It's been thin since Brevin Jordan got hurt.
Yeah, it's not great.
And now it's even thinner because you're not going to get 100% Dalton Schultz.
What about the tackle? Is this an Ariante Ursary game for better or worse?
This might be the This might be the game for Ariante Ursary.
He's already had one of those, sir.
This might be game part 2. the sequel. Everybody loves a sequel. The Broncos might love the sequel. This is a horrific matchup for Ursa.
Sean Payton's a mean guy, man. Like he will look for your weaknesses and he will pick on you. He's a very mean guy.
When you think about what Broncos star pass rusher Nick Bonito does well, and you think about what Ursery struggles with, this is a horrible matchup for him. But the flip side of that is he goes out there, has a decent showing against Bonito, holds up. You may be able to move the football and get rid of the football and protect C.J. Stroud. But if Ursery's getting whipped up and down the field by Bonito, it's going to be a real long day for the Texans. I mean, this is to me an Ursery game, either good or bad. I don't think there's going to be an in-between there. I think we're either going to say the rookie held his own and he slowed down a potential defensive player of the year, or, well, there's the highlight reel for the defensive player of the year awards. Like that's really what we could be looking at here from the Ursery standpoint.
I haven't lost faith in Ursery, really.
I haven't either.
Like, I think he might be a long-term right tackle, but I haven't really, more so than left, but I haven't lost faith in. I expect you to struggle when you're a rookie tackle. So I haven't really, like, on all the sour things, I feel like he can hold his own.
Well, and I feel
like he'll get better.
He's had some nice moments. He's also had some bad moments. That's to be expected. It's the rookie roller coaster, especially at that position. But this is a horrible matchup for him. Bonito, the 3-name guy that they got on the line, Myers, with John Franklin Myers from the Jets. Yeah, that's his name. A couple of those guys are just bad matchups for Ursery. And once they see that it's working a little bit, they're not going to stop.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, so let's do a little hackage here on Halloween. You have to do this. You know how this goes. We've seen a lot of this in the locker room, Halloween costumes, all that. I want Cody Stutz's 3 best Halloween candies.
Ooh.
Look how excited you just got. We've been talking football for 46 minutes, and I thought that was your favorite thing, and then I look like how joyful you just got.
Ooh, 3 best. Now, I tell you what, not many people will give these out, but if somebody gives out one of those mini packs of peanut M&Ms,
oh, that's best.
That is great.
What do you mean not many people give those out?
I feel like most people.
That's the most common one.
Most people give out the regular M&Ms.
Oh, no. I always feel like there's peanut or they're probably just gone because everyone picks them.
Go to the store tomorrow. This is the life hack for everybody. The Halloween candy is going to be discounted tomorrow.
Yep, same thing.
Go to the store tomorrow and look, and there's not as many packages that have peanut M&Ms in them. There's going to be a lot more packages that have regular M&Ms in them. So if somebody's giving out peanut M&Ms, that's a good house.
That's one of the best things.
Don't egg that house.
Yeah, when me and my wife were long distance, like that was the best thing where like you had to wait till the day after or a little bit after Valentine's Day to see him, and you could just go buy the Valentine's Day after the after it was over and it was cheaper.
Here you go. Hope you like Almond Joy.
Just bought it. All right, so Cody says they don't have a lot of peanut M&Ms. There's the straw man.
No.
All right.
I'm telling you, go do some market research, man.
Number 2.
I love a good old-fashioned Snickers.
Yeah, that's.
How do you beat that?
You can beat it with the 3 Musketeers or a Milky Way.
Oh, God.
My bad.
You don't know nothing about nothing.
Milky Way for sure is better. Milky Way for sure is better than Snickers.
When's the last time you went to the store, bought a full-size Milky Way, and ate the whole thing?
I don't think I've bought a candy bar at the store in a long time. If I'm getting any candy, I'm getting Skittles or peanut M&Ms. Skittles or peanut M&Ms is all I'm going with.
Yeah, see, and you're not even thinking about a Milky Way.
No, but I'm not a candy bar dude. Twix is better.
Twix is better than Milky Way?
No, Twix is better than Snickers.
No, you're
Come
wrong.
on, brother.
I don't think so.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No. And then my all-time favorite, and you've probably never even heard of it. I don't think you've even had one.
All right.
100 Grand Bar.
Don't know about it.
Oh, it's the best.
I think about that.
It's the best. Got a little crispies on the outside, caramel on the inside. Whew.
How do you feel about paydays?
Pretty
gross, right?
Throw them away.
Pretty bad, huh?
Payday's so bad.
Pretty rough.
They had to come out with a chocolate version of Payday so people would buy it.
It's pretty rough. Well, there's like 100 types of M&Ms now. They have like coffee M&Ms.
You know what they got to stop doing? They got to stop coming up with new versions of Reese's.
I don't like Reese's.
We got too many Reese's.
I don't like Reese's.
We got too many Reese's now. You don't like Reese's?
Nah, I'm not into that.
I don't think I can trust you.
Never, ever.
All right. Don't go to the skinny guy for the candy stuff.
Skinny fat.
Yeah. Don't go to the skinny guy for the candy.
But yeah, I'm just not into that. Do you like Skittles?
I love Skittles.
Okay. Do you like what are those things called?
What are those
Starburst?
things? Yeah, Starbursts are fine. A lot of work
It's a little much
compared to everything else,
Will the left guard rotation continue?
We're done with the candy.
Yeah, we're
All
good.
right.
You gave us your 3.
All right, well, I do love a caramel apple too every now and then.
What? Oh, the sucker?
No, the actual somebody like gives you a caramel apple.
Who did that?
People give out caramel apples in the nice parts of nice neighborhoods.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on in, kids.
No, not like
we
that.
got caramel apples in the kitchen.
No,
come on in.
They give you the
Hey.
packaged ones.
Here, drink this too.
No.
Here, got a drink. It's
No.
my favorite punch.
No, stop. Why'd
That's
you make
creepy.
it weird?
Making caramel
Why'd you
apples.
make it? I don't want to know what Jack Easterby does at Halloween. Okay?
Hey, I don't either. Will the left guard rotation continue?
Unfortunately, I think we're doomed to watch that, aren't we?
I don't know. I don't know if Lakin Tomlinson can hold up. Like, as soon
Well,
as
that's
a
why
guy
he pays-
starts needing rest after playing 54% of snaps, I just wonder if it's just going to go back to Juice Scruggs.
That's why he only plays to 25, 29, 38% of the snaps, whatever it is.
That's crazy.
Maybe he had a really celebratory Sunday and needed an extra, a little bit of rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. But Lakin Tomlinson, I don't know. I don't know if he's holding up. So I do think they're going to continue doing it. But
it might be nice to have a fresh body in there with the interior pass rush of the Broncos.
oh, so you're in on the left guard rotation?
No,
now.
start Scruggs and keep him there. That'd be what I'd do.
You asked this question. You're going to have to explain yourself. You say, will the Broncos be ready for BBF?
Yeah. Big Blake Fisher.
Yes. And I actually think they're going to laugh at it.
So the Texans,
Because I think dude.
they primarily ran out of that formation last week, by the way. They did hit some big explosive pass plays out of it, but they primarily
The
ran.
Jared Wayne 17-yarder?
Well, they hit the 44-yarder to Jalen Noel out of that formation.
Okay.
And they hit a 20-something yarder out of that formation too. So, but they primarily ran out of that formation last week.
This is still the guy that we watched in camp.
D'Amico said they're going to spice it up this week in that formation.
All right, let's see that. Does that not scare you?
Sure.
Like, if their focus is on spicing up out of that instead of like getting Jalen Nolan there, like, does that not?
Well, you could do both.
I'm worried about Nick Caley, man.
He spent too much time trying to get BBF the ball instead of Jalen Noel.
I'm worried about this.
All right. What do we think about BBF?
That's good.
All right.
BBF, I like it.
Big Blake Fisher.
I like it a lot. Will Daniil Hunter show up this week?
You're the one that sees him on the milk carton every Sunday.
I don't know, man. Like,
Doyle in the chat earlier had a great line. You think Daniil can't get to the quarterback because his wallet's slowing him down? Too much money?
I don't know. I would like to see Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter both get a sack. It would be the 8th time.
Who's the backup for the Broncos? Do you know?
The backup tackle?
No, the backup quarterback.
Jared Stidham.
I wouldn't mind a little high-low on Bo Nix, see what Jared Stidham's all about.
Yeah, Jared Stidham.
Have Daniil and Will get there at the same time and, have it look like a Halloween movie on the field. Bo Nix.
Yeah, I think Daniil will be fine. He's still a good player. It's just they just don't eat at the same time. It's weird.
Well, it's Daniil's the one that you really need to have show up in this one because Will's going to get the more favorable matchup. He's going to get McGlinchey at right tackle.
Will and Daniil were here just a few minutes ago. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. They got, instead of getting a table for 2, they got 2 tables for 1.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Because
they can't eat at the same time, man, in the same place. It's against the rules. They said the waitress was, the hostess was walking him over, and they said, no. I'm sit here. He's going to sit there. And then they ordered 30 minutes apart too. Daniil had already eaten. He left, and then Will's food was just coming out. Got the chicken Alfredo lasagna.
So Will gets McGlinchey, the less impressive of the 2 tackles. And then Daniil is going to get Garrett Bowles, who a couple years ago was awful and then turned into one of the better tackles in all of football. And the Broncos have him on a nice contract. And
who's this guard they got that they were talking about yesterday?
Merritt's?
The one that was like undrafted or a late pick that Peyton was bragging on.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because Peyton in his press conference was talking about it. I'm not going to lie. I don't know like the 5 deep, but they were talking about, you get these guys late and they kind of turn it around a little bit. Might have started with an O.
Yeah, it's Palsweski or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. So he used to play right guard. They moved into left guard, and he's been pretty good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peyton was
he's pumping him up, huh?
Pretty high on him.
Yeah, he was a undrafted free agent in 2023.
You know what else Sean Payton was doing that I thought was crazy? He's like using the word champions.
Champions?
Yeah, he was like talking about J.K. Dobbins. He's like, yeah, when you bring someone in, you don't know if they're ready to be a champion or not. And I'm just like, geez, we're already there?
Can they just maybe win the AFC West before they start talking about championships?
That's what he's talking about.
Okay,
that's his mindset.
I guess mentality, mood, mindset. And all
they got to have some urgency in this game, though, because sometimes you can catch teams that have lost 2 games, like at this point, slipping, but they feel the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they feel that they've got to keep ground on the Chiefs. By the way, Pacheco out this week. Chiefs could very well lose to Buffalo. Like the Broncos could gain a game. Because that's kind of a big game for Buffalo. They've had some slip ups, but they feel that Kansas City is there.
Man, I kind of wish the Chiefs game was next for the Broncos, and you might get the Broncos looking ahead a little bit.
Oh.
Might get them looking ahead a little bit. Instead, they got a Thursday night matchup against the Raiders, so there's not really looking ahead to that. They're
bad.
They're probably focused on the Texans.
They're so bad.
But the Chiefs after that, so maybe they're doing the double look ahead. Not ready for the Texans.
All right, here's a question.
Might be talking myself into a win here.
We're live at Spanky's, Landry Locker, Cody Stutes. What's the faith in the linebackers and who plays next to Azeez?
They had a 50-50 split last week, right?
Yeah, both EJ Speed and Henry To'oTo'o played over 50% of the snaps. It wasn't a lot of snaps, but they did. And Azeez was 100%.
Yeah, and if they can help it, they don't take Azeez off the field. And this is, you hear all the talk this week about how many different offensive formations that Peyton puts out there and how many different runs that they show you and how good this offensive line for Denver is. And obviously Dobbins has been really good and he's been doing it, at a decently high level for a few years now. Like you can't have like Tampa where they're falling off of J.K. Dobbins and he's stealing 5, 6, 7 extra yards because they're not tackling. Like it feels like they've at least shored up that tackling stuff a little bit. And if you can stop McCaffrey last week, you got to feel, I know it's a step up in the quality of opponent, but you got to feel pretty decent that they could slow down Dobbins.
Yeah, I don't even really look at Dobbins as like.
You're not worried about Dobbins a little bit?
No. I love him, but I'm not. I like Dobbins, but.
Hell, I think the Texans have 1 or 2 more wins if they had Dobbins instead of Chubb.
Oh yeah, I would love to have him instead of Nick Chubb, but I just don't. I don't like. Oh man, we really got to contain Dobbins. I'm more scared about Ingram. I'm more scared about Bo Nix extending plays. I'm not worried about Dobbins.
The 3rd leading rusher in the NFL. You're not worried about him?
Not really. Right. I mean, they just held Christian McCaffrey to what they held Christian McCaffrey to. So J.K. Dobbins, really?
Yeah, but it's the San Fran's offensive line's not very good.
Okay. You might need to mark this because he might go for like 120, but that is what it is. AA says, was getting my haircut today, trying to get right for tonight. He's talking about like Halloween, like fresh cut for Halloween?
Maybe.
And he says, and I look to my right and Dalton Schultz is sitting in the seat right next to me. It was probably Harrison Bryant.
Bing, race car.
This dude's got to have a pretty if he's going to the same barbershop as Dalton Schultz, he's got to be bringing it, right?
Schultz looks like the type of guy that spends about
$75,
$120 on a haircut.
Yeah, 75, 120.
Yeah,
he's a big gamer. I don't know if he games as much, but I asked him what the longest that he's ever gamed was, and he said 19 hours.
Oh my goodness!
After the season,
that is crazy.
I don't know. Those guys get crazy.
19 hours.
19.
I don't think I've done anything ever for 19 hours straight. I might have slept there 19 hours straight one time in college. It's a good day.
Sean Payton. This is a good observation by you. So Sean Payton specifically mentioned Jalen Petrie yesterday, and I would say he didn't really do that.
Well,
he said their nickel's pretty good.
Well, their
nickel's a good player.
He was asked about the defense and what he likes about the defense. And he talked all about it. And then he just brings up how good he felt their play from the nickel cornerback has been.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's a bad thing because I feel like Sean Payton, if he's noticed a lot of Jalen Petrie, then Sean Payton knows, oh, I need to throw the football at this guy. I don't let J.K. Dobbins run at him. I don't let him come in here and affect Bo Nix. I don't let him, tackle Bo Nix when Bo's trying to scramble. I get him in a situation where I get Evan Ingram out there or I get Troy Franklin out there and I throw the football at him. If Sean Payton notices Jalen Petrie. If
anyone is going to attack Jalen Petrie, it's going to be Sean Payton.
And if Payton doesn't do it, then maybe nobody's going to do it. I don't know.
If anyone is going to attack Jalen Petrie, it is going to be Sean Payton.
Yes. So that's what, when he brought up how good he thought the nickelback had played, I was thinking to myself, that's not good because it feels like that's a guy Sean Payton would throw the football at. If he thought he was playing really well around the line of scrimmage, he'd throw the football at him and try to get him out of that situation.
Has MJ Stewart shown any warning signs of perhaps concern a little later in the season?
I do worry a little bit about this safety situation just because Franklin can get deep and we saw MJ Stewart just get lost on that Jawan Jennings play.
He wasn't lost. He was right there.
Well,
he didn't get lost. He got mossed. There's a difference between getting lost and mossed. He got mossed.
That's fair.
He was right there, which might be worse.
Probably. Yeah. By Jawan Jennings. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So I do wonder a little, and then you think about, okay, Cortland Sutton, they like to get him down the sideline. That's one of those things where Bullock or Stewart's got to clean things up. So I do worry a little bit about the safeties in this.
So who scares you as a pass catcher?
I'm kind of worried about Franklin.
You're worried about Franklin?
Speed.
I'm worried.
Just pure speed. They move him around a little bit.
I'm worried about Ingram.
That seems like a Petrie assignment, and that would be.
I'm worried about Ingram.
That'd be a big advantage for the Denver Broncos.
Sutton, I think Stingley and Lassiter can handle Sutton.
Yes, I agree. Sutton, they've had some really weird Sutton games. It's like he'll have nothing, and then it's a couple of plays, or they'll force it to him sometimes in some weird spots. They did that early against the Giants. They tried to force it to him and ended up throwing it short of the end zone on a 2-point conversion, just trying to get Sutton going. So they'll kind of spend too much time trying to get him going a couple of times. So that's something to pay attention to as well.
So who has a better game, Benito or Anderson?
I mean, it's got to be Benito. He's going against Ursery.
Why's it got to be?
Oh, now all of a sudden, now you're on Will Anderson's side.
Does it
You've been
have to
crapping
be?
on Will Anderson for 3 weeks now.
When?
You've been crapping on Will Anderson for 3 weeks.
I just said him and Daniil can't eat together.
Now all of a sudden,
him and Daniil can't eat the same time.
Now all of a sudden, he's awesome.
I mean, no, I just said him and Daniil can't eat at the same time.
Landry's been telling us about how Will Anderson carries his groceries out because he has no sacks. And it's like, I mean,
he's got advanced stats, man.
Yeah.
He's an online shopper.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
Will Bo Nix hit his rush prop of 22.5? Yes.
Higher or lower, 22.5?
Yes.
That's one big scramble.
Yes.
Everything's flowing one way, and then Nix just kind of out the back.
He's really good at recognizing if they're in man or not. So yes, I will on that.
Okay.
Are you taking the over or under?
I would probably take the over on that. Yeah.
Will RJ Harvey hit his rush prop of 18.5? He's coming off a few touchdowns.
Yeah, two rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown last game for RJ Harvey. But he hasn't had very many huge rushing games. I mean, he's had some really, really unimpressive rushing totals over the course of the season. He's also had a 75-yard game, a 65-yard game. 18.5 felt pretty low to me.
I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to use him.
They may just hammer Dobbins. If Dobbins isn't working, they may try something different. You think Dobbins stinks all of a sudden?
No, I don't.
You like Nick Chubb more than Dobbins.
That's a lie. I'm just not worried about him.
Okay.
Doing much. So here's a question: do you like Sean Payton?
I like him more now because I felt like he was going to be a certain way in Denver, and I feel like he's actually been a different type of guy in Denver than what I thought he was going to be. I thought he was just going to try to copy and paste what he did in New Orleans and was going to be like, oh, look at everything that happened and went well in New Orleans. Now we're going to do it in Denver. And it feels like he's been a bit more adjusting, and he's got a little more personality than I gave him credit for.
He's such a hardo, man. Like his press conference yesterday, it's so funny. He walks up there, he's like, all right, it's a normal work week, normal Wednesday. We're getting ready for that game. All right, what are your questions? And then one guy asked the same question that's already been asked.
That was funny.
Completely dumps on him.
How about when he this is a question I would ask. So I'm not gonna call it a good question, but this is a question that I would ask. When somebody asked about the turn back the clocks.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, actually,
because he said it's actually a noon game.
Because they'll get here Saturday. They'll be here when the clocks turn back. So it'll basically be normal Denver time for them when the game starts.
All right. So I have some hack questions here. What have you been most tricked by 8 weeks into the season when it comes to the Texans? What has tricked you the most?
Ooh. I think I've been tricked by the defensive tackles a couple of times, thinking it's going to be, all right, they got it. Like they're going to show up this time. And then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. They didn't really do much. I think they got me a couple of times. I bought into those defensive tackles a few too many times.
Yeah. I would say I was kind of tricked by Nick Caley. I thought,
well, yeah, I didn't think we were going to go with the obvious one.
Yeah. Well, I'll be obvious.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest treat of the season? Something that you didn't see coming.
Oh, I mean, I kind of thought Jalen Noel was going to be good. So I was going to say Jalen Noel, but if I didn't see it coming, I mean,
I would say Dalton Schultz. I would say Dalton Schultz has been pretty good.
2025 Dalton Schultz being much better than 2024 Dalton Schultz has been nice.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I mean, the O-line's been better. Nobody really expected it to be this much better than last year's O-line.
Okay.
You can't deny that they've been better than last year's O-line.
Okay. And this is the same guy who's waiting to talk to Cole Popovich. So I don't know that you necessarily believe that.
Well,
let's revisit this.
I don't need
Monday.
to look at advanced stats. They have had better.
Yeah, they're better.
performances.
They're better. They're
Yeah.
better. I would agree. I would agree. I'm just kind of kidding.
Yeah.
So here's my final question before we move on out here at Spanky's. My question is this. If not now, then when for the Texans? Because eventually we're going to be halfway through the season after this Sunday. If you want to be a serious team, if you want to be a team that can perhaps play past December and start winning games that matter, you're going to have to eventually beat a good team.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't happen this Sunday, when in the heck does it happen? Like, are we going to count Jacksonville? Jacksonville's all right.
No.
But yeah, so like if you don't do it now, when is it going to happen?
Well, Thursday Night Football against Buffalo.
Okay, but they got to do it. They got to do it this time. Like they need to, like if it's ever going to happen, I'm not going to sit here and say this is a must win because I think 5-5 is the goal for there, but they got it. They got to win this game. You're favored. You're at home. It's Denver. It's a team that was going to be in your tier. You got to win this one.
If you wanted to say they don't beat the Broncos, you're not going to believe them that they're ever going to beat an above average team. I would understand that. I would also understand if you think when they beat the Broncos or if they beat the Broncos.
You said when. So
I meant
you're
to
picking
say
them. You're picking them.
If they beat the Broncos, I would also understand you thinking that they've got a much higher ceiling than what they showcased in the first few weeks of the season. I would certainly understand that. But I'm with you. If you don't beat the Denver Broncos, I don't know how you could think when the Bills show up on the schedule or the Colts or the Chiefs or the Colts again, how they have a chance in those games, regardless of what happens against a Jaguars or a Titans or a Cardinals or a Raiders. So I certainly understand that aspect of it.
Yep, no doubt.
If not now, maybe never, or until we pump up Thursday Night Football.
I can't explain how excited I am for this. We're 2 sleeps away from it. I think it's going to be a fun game. I do wonder if it's going to be San Francisco like when it comes to the butts in the seats, though.
A lot of Broncos in the
There was
in the
a
building?
lot of San Francisco. There was a lot of San Francisco fans in the stands, and I do wonder if there's going to be a lot of Broncos too.
I do think there are going to be quite a few Broncos fans in the stands. I don't think it'll be San Francisco like, but I do think you'll see some. They got to. I mean, their new stuff is ugly. They got to go back to the old jerseys.
Yep.
Their new orange is not pleasing to the eyes.
No doubt. All right. Appreciate everyone for rolling through. It's going to be a fun game week. Happy Halloween to everyone, even the ones who have bad candy taste.
Like you.
Subscribe, like, ride along. Always remember, when it comes to this Texans stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to Spanky's, everybody.